As you settle in for rest tonight, let's slow down together for a quiet moment, reflecting on God's truth, and then we'll enter into prayer. God has been faithful to you throughout this day, and His faithfulness will still be with you when tomorrow comes. The day is gently loosening its grip now. The pace that carried you from one moment to the next begins to soften. There is less to respond to, less to manage, less to hold together. You may notice your body responding first, shoulders easing just a little, breath becoming less guarded, the quiet signals that it is safe to slow down. Your mind may still be moving, but not with the same urgency. Thoughts drift rather than press. The edges of the day lose their sharpness. What felt immediate a few hours ago no longer demands the same attention. Nothing about this moment requires you to evaluate the day. There is no need to label it as successful or disappointing. It was simply lived, and within every ordinary hour God was present. He was present in moments you noticed, and in moments you did not, in small pauses, in unseen steadiness, in the quiet endurance that carried you through what needed to be done. You do not have to replay conversations or decisions right now. You do not need to resolve unfinished thoughts. This time is not asking anything from you. The evening offers permission. Permission to stop striving. Permission to let effort fade. Permission to be held rather than holding everything else. You are allowed to arrive here just as you are, tired if you are tired, full if you are full, still carrying things that have not found words. Nothing needs to be fixed in this moment. Nothing needs to be proven. Rest is not something you earn at the end of a well-managed day. It is something you are invited into simply because you are human. As the night settles around you, you are free to settle within it, to let the day close without resistance, to trust that what remains unfinished can rest as well. What thoughts are still lingering softly in the background as the day quiets? Which moments seem to return without asking permission? Are there emotions that have not yet found a place to rest? What has your heart been carrying quietly today? Where did you feel stretched, even if no one else noticed? What weight did you hold without naming it? Are there conversations that echo more than you expected? Were there moments when you felt steady in ways that surprised you? Did anything small offer comfort without drawing attention to itself? What did you move through with more grace than you realize? Where did help arrive in subtle forms? What strength showed up without being announced? Is there something you can allow to loosen its grip tonight? What would it feel like to let a thought drift by without following it? What might happen if you did not carry everything into the night? Can you sense even one quiet reason to be thankful beneath the surface of the day? Is there a simple goodness that remained, even if the day felt full? What might gratitude look like if it were gentle rather than effortful? As the day settles, there is space to notice what quietly supported you. Not the dramatic moments, not the things that demanded attention, but the steady elements that held the day together without asking to be seen. There may have been routines that worked as they usually do, a familiar rhythm that kept you moving forward, a moment of calm tucked between responsibilities, a breath taken without realizing how much it was needed. You were sustained in ways that did not announce themselves. Strength that arrived before you knew you needed it. Patience that lasted longer than expected. Restraint that protected you from saying or doing what might have added weight. Even moments that felt ordinary carried quiet significance. A pause, a small kindness, a task completed without resistance. These were not empty moments, they were enough. The day did not need to be exceptional to be held by grace. It did not need to unfold perfectly to contain goodness. There was nourishment woven into it, even if it went unnoticed at the time. You were not left to sustain yourself alone. Support showed up through people, through timing, through unseen steadiness. What you needed most may not have been obvious, but it was present. And as you recognize this, awareness gently widens. Beyond your own experience, beyond the shape of your day, toward the quiet sense that you are part of something held, continuous, and cared for. As the night deepens, your awareness can gently extend outward, without effort, without weight. You may think of those who share your life closely, faces that come easily to mind, lives unfolding alongside yours, each carrying their own unseen stories. There are others beyond your immediate circle as well, people finishing long days of their own, those who are weary in ways that rarely find words, those who feel unseen, even in familiar places. The world continues to move quietly into night, homes settling, lights dimming, bodies seeking rest wherever they can find it. There is a shared fragility in all of this. A common need for shelter, reassurance, and care. A reminder that no one moves through life untouched by fatigue or longing. You do not need to take responsibility for these realities. Simply noticing is enough. Holding space without fixing. Allowing compassion to exist without urgency. This gentle awareness prepares the heart, softens the edges, creates room for something deeper than reflection alone. And in this quiet readiness, the moment naturally turns toward prayer. If you would like, you can now move from reflecting to praying. Not as a listener, but as someone personally present. There is no right posture or perfect wording. Just a simple willingness to enter this space and to let prayer unfold gently. Father, I come to you as this day finally comes to rest. Not with polished words, not with everything figured out. Just as I am in this quiet moment between what has been and what will be. Thank you for carrying me through today. There were moments I handled well and moments I did not. Times when I felt steady and times when I felt stretched thin. Yet through all of it, I was not alone. I thank you for the help that came without announcement. For strength that showed up before I realized I needed it, for restraint that protected me, for endurance that held when my own energy felt low. I recognize now that I was being supported even when I was not aware of it. As I sit here in the stillness of the evening, I begin to lay things down. I release the thoughts that keep looping in my mind, the conversations I replay, the decisions that feel unfinished, the things I wish I had handled differently. I place them gently into your care, not to ignore them, not to pretend they do not matter, but because I trust that I do not have to carry them through the night. I let go of the pressure to stay alert, the pressure to stay strong, the pressure to manage tomorrow before it arrives. Tonight, I allow myself to stop holding everything together. As I breathe, I invite my body to soften, to release tension I may not have noticed building up, from my shoulders, from my jaw, from places that have been quietly bracing all day. I allow my breath to slow, not forcing it, just letting it settle into a natural rhythm, each breath becoming a signal that it is safe to rest. If my mind feels restless, I do not fight it. I simply bring it back gently again and again, back to this moment, back to the awareness that you are near, that I am being watched over with steady care. I ask that you bring calm to the inner noise, that the volume of worry would gradually lower, that the sharp edges of anxious thoughts would soften, not all at once, but enough for rest to become possible. Tonight I trust you with my sleep, not as an escape from life, but as a gift that restores, as a place where my body can recover, where my mind can settle, where my heart can be gently renewed. I place my home in your care. Let it be a place of safety and quiet, a shelter where nothing needs to be defended against tonight. I trust you with those I love, those near to me, those far away, each one held with the same attentiveness. If there are concerns about tomorrow trying to rise up, I release them. Tomorrow does not need my attention right now. I do not need to solve what has not yet arrived. I trust that guidance will come one step at a time when it is needed. I release the need for certainty, the need for outcomes, the need to control how things unfold. I choose quiet trust instead, a trust that does not shout or demand, but rests. As the night deepens, I remember that you do not sleep, that while I rest, I am still being held, watched over, accompanied in ways I may never fully see. I do not need to stay alert. I do not need to stay guarded. I can let go completely, knowing I am not unprotected. If emotions surface without names, I let them be. I do not analyze them. I do not push them away. I allow them to settle naturally, like sediment in still water. I end this prayer without needing resolution, without needing answers, without needing to feel a certain way. Nothing else needs to be done. Nothing else needs to be said. I rest now, trusting that you are here, and that is enough. Amen. If this prayer has given you a sense of calm tonight, you're welcome to type Amen in the comments. If there is something on your heart that you would like prayer for, you may share it as well. May your night be gentle, your rest be deep, and may peace remain with you as you drift into sleep.